Okay, hit record. Hello, everyone. I don't know why I am introducing myself like this. I've never done that before. Maybe I'm just like trying to show off my sweet Tony Hawk t-shirts. I think today I wanted to do something different, something that we have never done on this channel, which is just a just chatting video where I'm just talking and not playing a game. It feels a little bit out of my comfort zone, actually, and which is something I'm going to talk about, I guess. So, but something that might not come across in the majority of my videos is that I don't want to use the word suffer, but I guess I can't think of any other word, but I suffer from anxiety. I have a major obstacle that I have to factor in to most things that I do is anxiety. Me having to navigate anxiety. So I thought I'd talk about that today, because it's partly the reason I haven't made a video for a month is because of partly due to issues with anxiety, and just having a break as well is always good, especially for anxiety. So this might come across as really rambly or something. What I'm going to do is basically I watched a Naked Jakey video where he just basically put a timer on for I think 45 minutes or half an hour, and then just talked about Resident Evil 4. But I'm going to talk about anxiety, which probably might not be as exciting as talking about Resident Evil 4. But I like the idea of just talking for half an hour and then seeing what comes out. And I just want to do a disclaimer as well. I'm not giving advice here at all. I'm just talking about my own experience. And if you do struggle with anxiety or have issues with anxiety, I'd say talking to a doctor and professionals helped me. It's helped me so far anyway. And a big reason why I wanted to talk about this, I guess, is just because when I still watch, I guess, or when I watched YouTube videos, before I started doing YouTube videos myself and creating a channel myself, I'd watch YouTube videos and go, hey, that'd be a really cool thing to do. I'd like to do that. I'd like to just sit down and just, to play video games or chat or just be creative and make a channel and things like that. But I had no confidence to do that at all. So anxiety and a lack of confidence was a humongous hurdle for me to get over. And I can imagine that people watch my videos and other videos, and I think most people who watch YouTube videos, they go, that would be cool. I'd like to do that. I'd like to start a YouTube channel, but I'm just terrified of doing it, or I have, anxiety or lack of self-confidence in doing it. And I feel for you. I've been there. I kind of still am there. It gets easier. And I guess what I'm going to talk about today is how I make YouTube videos with anxiety, or how I sort of, I guess, get over that myself. So yeah, like I said, if you watch my YouTube videos, especially my sort of recent ones, I'm kind of come across as quite kind of relaxed and chilled out. And I am when I'm making these videos. Most of the time I just get absorbed by the video game that I'm playing and sort of chill out a little bit as we go along. But I'm kind of like a swan in everyday life. You see a lovely, graceful swan swimming across the lake, and what you don't see is underneath, where, their legs are kicking like all hell, and it's complete chaos. And that's how I feel sometimes, having anxiety. You kind of put a face up front of, I am calm. Nothing's going wrong. I'm happy to be in this situation. I'm happy to be in this room full of people. But inside you're like, oh my God. I think a good place to start talking, or to talk about this with me specifically, is the story of making my first video. And if you've ever sort of tried to make a YouTube channel or a YouTube video, your first video, I guess it's natural to really overthink it and be kind of, anxious of putting yourself out there in a way. But it took me weeks, maybe months, to make that first video. I didn't want to edit the video because I just couldn't stand the sound of my voice. I was overly critical of myself. I just thought, when I was recording it, I was thinking, I'm going to have to edit this. I'm going to have to listen to my voice. I wasn't using the camera at that point, so it was just audio, and it was just so daunting. And actually, I recorded. It took me a while to actually sit down and record the video. I scripted it and everything. And actually, the aim of the video was to trick myself into making a YouTube video. I think it's probably it'll probably be a good idea to actually watch that video and like comment on it. Maybe, yeah, that'll be cool. Oh, here we go. I haven't watched this probably for like 2 years.
How to start a gaming channel, aka how to convince yourself to start a gaming channel.
Oh my goodness. Off the bat. I mean, I know the name of the channel is Rapid Pesky, but that was fast. I am talking fast. I just want to get through that video. I think I'm just like, I don't think the name Rapid Pesky, which is actually, we talk about this in this video, it came from me just like, I used to be in bands a lot when I was younger, back in my grunge days when I was in a lot of garage bands. And I never played on stage. I never got to the point where we sort of record an album or anything like that because we spent so much time trying to figure out a name for the band. or whatever image or whatever, or design, logo, all that stuff. That you never really got to make the music. You just spent most of the time thinking of your look. And I hate that. I just didn't want to, think about all that stuff. I just wanted to sit down and make music and then figure that stuff out later. So I just went on the Wu-Tang Clan name generator, which is what Childish Gambino did. That's where the name came from, apparently, is just inputting their name into the Wu-Tang Clan name generator. And it came out with Rapid Pesky, and I thought, wow, that's pretty cool. I like that. So I kept it. But the title, How to Convince Yourself to Start a Gaming Channel, is what I'm doing in this video. I'm trying to convince myself to start a gaming channel. So I thought if I make it a tutorial that is titled How to Convince Yourself to Start a Gaming Channel, I'm kind of, as I'm doing it, I'm convincing myself to actually make the video, if that makes sense. Because I guess when you have anxiety, you try to convince yourself not to do things. You find obstacles, and for me especially, I don't know if it's like this with everybody, but I try and find reasons not to do stuff.
AKA me convincing myself to start a gaming channel, rapidly summarizing what I've learned so far whilst attempting to provide some goofs.
Oh my goodness. That was basically what I was doing. That was it. See, that's exactly what I was doing. It's me convincing myself to start a gaming channel and rapidly summarizing what I've learned so far whilst attempting to provide some goofs. And that was the whole genesis of the channel. And it's funny because I have a Bob Ross thing in there, a Bob Ross gif. It's funny because since, like, very recently, once my channel started blowing up, people just seem to start loving my voice because I have, I don't know, a certain register to my voice that people find very relaxing, very soothing. I was coined the Bob Ross of Genshin Impact in my Genshin Impact videos. So it's just really funny that I have Bob Ross there. Bob Ross is just maybe my guardian angel. What a lovely guy.
My first video, so be gentle. Okay, let me ask.
It's my first video, so be gentle.
You something. Have you ever had this thought? I've suddenly realized I hate my job. I wish the thing that I really loved doing was my job. I've been playing video.
I like the way this is edited. I know it sounds weird seeing I edited it. But yeah, I haven't done anything like this ever since. I should be doing more stuff like this, I think. It takes such a long time to make a video like this anyway. And that is me playing on my Sinclair ZX Spectrum 128K computer. Look at the size of that joystick on the left there. It's crazy. That was at Christmas when I got it. I should play more Spectrum games.
Video games since the 1980s, and if YouTube and Twitch was a thing back then, young me with fewer hang-ups would have probably whipped out their Sinclair Spectrum 128K,
There we go.
slapped a copy of Ghostbusters, the video game, in the tape deck.
I ended up playing Ghostbusters later on. Oh man, you should watch that video. It's a great video.
And hit record on the VHS camcorder. So I
And there we go. Right, it's the young me, but there's so many Genesis side of things here. This is from Bill and Ted. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. And this is way before I sort of, my sign off for every video now is obviously, my sign off for every video is take care of yourselves, be excellent to one another. And be excellent to one another comes from Bill and Ted. It comes from this film.
VHS camcorder. So I often hear that young...
Oh, look at that. I'm playing Sega. I'm playing my Sega Mega Drive there, or Sega Genesis, as it was called in other regions. But yeah, that's young me with my Puma hat on in the same bedroom you saw me in that other shot.
Me yelling in the back of...
But look at this. Oh, look at that face. Look at that face. My goodness, what happened?
My mind grapes.
Hey, you still playing
My mind
video
grapes.
games, Dingus? Why the flip haven't you at least tried doing this?
Flip is the first introduction of flip, because I say flip a lot to try and not swear for a start, because I used to swear quite a lot, and I think some of the early videos I swear quite a lot, but I thought I try and replace it with flip now, so I say flip quite a lot. It's my go-to word.
I'm sorry, little me. I just think that ship has set sail.
Hey, stop thinking. And when did you start thinking anyway? Just do the thing.
Yeah, just do the thing. That was me again, convincing myself to do the thing. And I think, again, this is me trying to deal with anxiety. This is me doing like a Jedi mind trick on myself to try and convince myself to just do the thing. Just do it.
Okay, why not? So I found some tips off the interwebs, looked at a bunch of websites, pull them all to get tips. Pick a name that is memorable, related to your content, and means something to you.
Nice. I like that. I just love these cuts, man. Why am I not making videos like this anymore?
Okay, names are gay...
Mind grapes.
Gaming, game boy. Oh man, screw this. This is taking too long. Have the channel names I see on Twitch.
Oh, there's some great... put it in reverse, Terry. Yeah. Old. What's that? Jingus Matingus. And Shamu 69.
Look like random
Motherfudding bootleg
generated
fireworks.
passwords anyway.
I
I'll
just
do what
ninja.
Childish Gambino did and pick a name from the Wu-Tang Clan name generator.
Here it is.
Create
Nice.
a striking logo and artwork that captures the eye.
This is the actual Genesis, the logo as well. Again, I didn't want to think too much about actually designing a logo, and I have done that since. I've been like, oh god, I've got a really like just basic logo. Doesn't really pop. I should design something new. But this is what I did. I just went to Paint, Microsoft Paint, and then I just used the one shape I thought was cool and related to the word rapid, and that was it. That's all I did. Just talking from my personal experience and the way my brain works with anxiety is, if I overthink things, then I never do them. So this is my way of coping with just get it out there, figure it out afterwards. Sometimes you just have to dive in at the deep end and you either sink or swim, but at least you'll know whether you can swim. I don't know if that's good advice. Just try. If you can't swim, don't jump into the deep end, and you don't want to drown. That's like the worst thing. That's what really would ruin your day if you drowned.
Free, and if you Google it, just get your Google out and Google how do I do this stuff.
And there it is. That's the logo.
If you can't be bothered doing that, there's nothing wrong with using Microsoft Paint. It's great. Choose the right recording equipment, or I would say use whatever equipment you have.
Yeah, this is what I did. I just used whatever equipment I had. I already had like a mic, and I haven't got very good equipment at all. The camera I'm using now is a Samsung Galaxy S8. because, you know, I can't afford to get a new camera. I do work as, you know, a cinematographer from time to time. So I do have cameras. I know how to use cameras and things like that. I mean, this one does the job. I mean, at the moment, it looks terrible because I'm all blown out. So let me sort that out. But again, it's me, you know, don't want to overthink things too much. Just get the thing made. Get out there, learn from it. Keep trying to get better every time, I guess.
To begin with, there's no point in waiting or investing in expensive advanced equipment at this point when you don't even know what the hell you're doing yet.
In conclusion, see, look at this. Look at this. Look at this guy. Look at this little Jacksepticeye. Back in the day, one is, you know, really early video. I think this is one of the first videos he did talking to a camera as well, which is a weird coincidence. But the point I was making here is that, you know, we see these people all the time now. You know, people like Jacksepticeye, you know, the Markipliers, that, you know, thinking of your biggest favorite YouTuber who is like just in the stratosphere, millions of subscribers and things like that. They started somewhere. They had to start somewhere, right? They didn't just come into YouTube fully formed. They started as a caterpillar and then turned into a beautiful, beautiful butterfly. But, you know, you see, you know, Jacksepticeye's got, what, 20 million subscribers? And at this point, you know, I don't know how many subscribers he had, but it wasn't 20 million. And he was a totally different person. And if you watch those old videos of your sort of favorite YouTubers, the very first videos they have, you know, you can see there's nervousness. There's, you know, it's rough around the edges. The videos aren't very slick, but they kept at it. They kept getting better. They kept, you know, making, creating, reflecting, and then getting better. And now you see, you know, look at this transformation. Look at that. Look at that. It's not best place to pause, but a totally different person. And look at this. Look at this guy. Look at this young Swedish man.
I guess the thing
and look,
I'm
it's
trying
crazy.
to say here is
Jenna Marbles. Don't we all miss Jenna Marbles? Look at that. Look at Jenna Marbles. Look at that quality of that. I mean, I know the cameras weren't as good then, but, you know, look at this little man. Look at this guy. Look at that face.
Your first attempt.
And look at this. I think this Markiplier's heist, which is, you know, a big event. It's like a really well-made interactive film. But you can't, I guess, get here unless you started, you know, somewhere. You got to be in it to win it, I guess. You just got to keep at it.
I'll probably cringe at this video the second I upload it, but
look at that. I'll probably cringe at this video. So I'm being so honest right off the bat. I did actually. I cringed. So when I posted this video, I just did not look at YouTube at all. And I still kind of do that from time to time. Sometimes I'll post a video and then I won't touch YouTube for, say, a couple of days or something, because I don't want to get locked into that thing of what do people think about me? What do people think about the video? Another thing I should say is that it took me forever to edit this, and editing is something I do as a job. You know, I have edited, you know, award-winning films, international award-winning films. And it took me forever to edit this. How long is it? It's a 3-minute YouTube video. And again, I think saying that if you're making your first YouTube video and you are struggling with just getting that first one that made, and you're sort of second guessing it and you're spending forever to edit it because you're like, is this any good? I don't know. That's totally fine. That's fine. It took me forever to edit this. Because again, I think I was just trying to avoid posting it. And when I did post it, oh my God, it was terrifying. I was so anxious. So anxious.
you got to start somewhere.
You gotta start somewhere. There's this whole idea that people can be cruel on this platform in the comments section, but not on this channel. I have had nothing but wonderful comments. And every sort of critical comment I've had has been, very constructive criticism. And, everybody's been so lovely. And that's the lovely thing about this experience I've had, is because I'm quite a shy person. And when I started sort of blowing up and getting more views, more viewers, more followers, again, that was another anxious, scary moment, because I was like, oh my goodness, I'm actually I'm actually doing something. I'm actually getting somewhere. So I was so scared when I started getting hundreds of comments. But everybody's been wonderful, and that's just a testament to all of you who are the most wonderful followers anybody can have. So a lot of my early videos had other people in the video with me, because one, that I wanted to do that sort of setup, and two, because I was scared of doing videos by myself. To be very, very honest, I was just terrified of making videos by myself, or putting myself out there. That's another, thing related to anxiety, or my personal experience with anxiety, is that I was like, if I do things with other people, then it's not just me in the firing line. And at some point, it was one, hassle to try and organize, doing videos with people. And two, it's probably best for me to start doing things by myself and put myself out of my comfort zone. What works for me personally is just trying to be myself. And you heard in that video, and if you watch my early videos, which I recommend you go and watch my early videos if you want to. But in my early videos, I wasn't really myself. I was trying to be, the Jacksepticeyes of the world, or the Markipliers of the world, and I'm not that at all. I spent a lot of time trying to be like other YouTubers, or to fit this mold of what YouTubers are, and I might be still doing that to an extent, but I feel like I'm more myself now. I'm not talking really fast. I'm not talking like this, and I'm not doing a YouTuber voice and all that malarkey. I just talk the way I talk, in my very relaxing monotone voice. When I am myself, and I'm not trying to fit that mold, I'm more relaxed. And it just feels nice as well, just to be yourself. Because I'm not a loud person, I'm a Bob Ross. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. I don't need to shout. I don't need to scream top of the morning to you. Another thing, I guess, related to being yourself is like a big issue I had was stuttering and getting in my. See, I stuttered then, talking about stuttering. So a big issue I had, and still have, was stuttering, and getting into my own head. But recently I've started owning it a lot more. In the last quite a few videos, I've addressed this idea of me stuttering, because it was just, for a start, it was taking me forever to edit videos because I'm editing out all my stuttering. And I've started owning that, because again, we should normalize that stuff. There's nothing wrong with that at all. What is the issue? Why was I thinking I have to be so slick in the way I speak? I have to be, it isn't national television. It isn't mainstream media that we do on YouTube. It is YouTube, and it can be whatever you want it to be, as long as it fits into the YouTube guidelines, of course. And the funny thing is, I stopped stuttering as much because I wasn't thinking about it. I wasn't expecting it to happen. And again, it made me more relaxed in front of the camera, and it wasn't like a self-fulfilling prophecy. I was, thinking, getting in my own head and thinking I'm going to stutter at some point, and I'm going to, have a bit of a speech impediment where I fumble my words every once in a while, or long pauses where my brain hasn't, caught up yet. Well, my mouth hasn't caught up with my brain yet. But that's just me. That's just the way I talk. And once I sort of owned that, then I actually started doing that less, which is really funny. I was really bad at school presentations. And up until, you know, even when I was in university, and I went to university, you know, as a mature student, I was terrified. And I was older than all the kids. I was the oldest person in the room most of the time. And I was shaking like a leaf trying to do presentations. I would purposely not hold a piece of paper with notes on or whatever if I was allowed to do that, just because you would just it would just be shaking. You just visibly see how terrified I was to do any sort of presentation. I remember having to do a crowdfunding video once for a film I was making, and it took me an hour to say something that was like 30 seconds long or something like that, because I was just, being in front of the camera was terrifying. And again, that's why I started doing these videos without cameras. But as soon as I decided I should try and put myself on camera, for a start, I think I need to just show people who I am. And I did it because I was afraid of doing it as well. I was terrified of putting myself in these videos that I make. And some people might look at my face and think, yeah, you should have stayed behind the camera. But I guess, again, it's just doing it. It's taking that first leap. I had nothing to lose. And most of the time, you're anxious about things that, you know, they seem so much bigger than they actually are. You know, making that first video, it seems like nothing now, but it was such a massive, massive thing for me. And something that helps with my anxiety is that I try not to get too involved in the whole analytics and, you know, view numbers and the algorithm, things like that, because those cause so much anxiety. They are just anxiety fuel. And I quit YouTube for a long time a while ago, sometime last year, for a fair few months, maybe 6 months, something, I can't remember. It was a long time because I was fixating on the numbers. I was trying to think of, you know, the algorithm, how can I play this and how can I get more followers and more views, and, you know, and it was all just stupid. It's all pointless to me anyway. I'd probably get more viewers or more followers or more success from playing the algorithm, but it's anxiety fuel for me, so I don't do that at all. Success to me is getting a video out there, and anything else is a bonus, really. I don't use how many views my video got as a measurement of success, because I'll just stop doing YouTube otherwise. And when I start to feel that I'm doing that, I will stop for a bit. I guess that's another point that helps me, is that I do what I feel is fun or what interests me. I think that makes me more relaxed rather than forcing enjoying something. You often see Twitch streamers and YouTubers, you know, they've been hammering at the same game or something for forever, or they're just doing, you know, churning out the same content or whatever, and it just don't seem like they're enjoying it at all. And that's gotta be, you know, anxiety inducing is when you're just thinking about, I've got to do this thing, but, you know, just to get the money or whatever. I get more relaxed just doing what I want on YouTube, basically. And, you know, even if I don't get any views, it's still worth my while because I had fun making the video. So yeah, I've enjoyed doing this, actually, thinking about it, just to be on the topic of enjoying what you do. I've actually really enjoyed doing this video. So I guess, in conclusion, if you're thinking of starting a channel, or if you suffer from anxiety, or anxiety is an obstacle for you to do something like this, then I hope this video helps you in some sort of way. Again, disclaimer, this is not an advice video. This is just me sharing my experience. And yeah, I like this format. I think I might continue to do videos like this on all sorts of maybe things I want to talk about. Maybe not personal, maybe just a video game. If there's something you want me to talk about, let me know. If you really liked this format, if you like, this sort of video and want to see more, just let me know. Let me know. And if you want to, leave a little like, maybe we can have a chat about this in the comments section as well. That'd be really cool. Awesome. So thank you very much. Take care of yourselves. Be excellent to one another. And I'll see you in the next one.